some gut issues and you need to
Yes.
deal with your inflammation.
Anxiety, anything for anxiety.
Anxiety will do hibiscus then.
And stress. Yeah, we concluded already. What do you mean? You're still filming? Welcome back. We're speaking to companies and innovators, part of the food cluster here in the 5th edition of Make It in the Emirates, a stand that really catches attention. We're speaking now to the founder of PureSoil, Bodour Al Tamimi. You have a fascinating story that brought this brand, talking about the roots and recipes that we know from our kitchen growing up. But this started with a problem, a health problem with you, and a fabulous story. Tell us, how did PureSoil start with you?
Hi, Jessy. So it started with a personal problem where I used to have chronic migraines. And when you have chronic migraines and you've got children, it means like you're sitting in the house with glasses and you're not really living your life. You cannot really be in outdoors. So I then remember that my mom used to suffer the same chronic migraines when we were young. And she used to always complain that when they put MSG in food, that's what happens to her. So then that was the first thing I cut off. I cut off any food that has MSG in it. And I noticed that my migraines went away.
Interesting.
So I started reading a lot about the artificial additives that are in food. And I discovered that most of the problems actually that we have, like from migraines, ADHD in children, any skin issues,
inflammation,
all the inflammation, gut issues. Even when you have like a lot of you need to use antihistamine because you've got allergies, a lot of this is caused from the artificial ingredients that are in food. So I cut out this from my own diet and I started having things done in-house because it's really difficult to find products outdoors. Outside in the market where it has no artificial ingredients.
True.
So, and it was during COVID actually that time, so it was even impossible for you to go and read those labels. So I took control of all my food. We started making things in-house. It happened separately that we bought a farm. And then that was part of me wanting my children to live a childhood that is full of nature. We started having produce, having a lot of more, vegetables and fruits than you expect. You jar them, you produce them, and then you're like, okay, you know what? Let me start a business where I am, farm to jar and I'm producing products from my farm. And then you're like, you know what? I have a business already. I have a license.
What was the first line you put out? Like, what did you test with?
So the first product actually was the pickled cucumbers.
The pickles.
And the reason why this was the first product is that was something that I had in the greenhouse. And we had a lot of it. And the recipe is actually my late grandmother's recipe.
Really?
Yeah.
It must be secret.
It's a secret
across
recipe,
your generation.
Of course. So how much vinegar do you put? How much salt and there is a mixture for it to get the crisp. And then also with pickles, a lot of brands put pickle crisp to make it crisp. But then what is a natural ingredient that we have in our farm that adds that crisp? The grape leaf.
Oh yes. Okay.
Grape leaf adds that crisp. And when I told my mom, she's like, oh, that's why they used to put grape leaf on top of it. And they thought it's just to cover it and prevent it from getting rancid or so.
Interesting. So if you were to give us a quick glimpse of the main products or maybe the heart of PureSoil, what would it be? I see a lot of, I almost want to try some of the teas. And I know these are some of the new recipes. Give us, what is your core in the brand?
We do have, let's say, several lines. And the lines are divided into 3, let's say, categories.
Okay.
The first category is farm to jar, basically. So you've got the pickles, you've got the condiments, you've got the jams. These are really farm to jar, and these are really old recipes that we used at home and our ancestors as well. The second, I'd say, category is food that I needed to consume because they're usually mass produced. They're usually staple foods that are in every house. So I wanted to reproduce them, but with natural ingredients. So you've got, for example, ketchup. My children love ketchup, and I had to use our abundance of cherry tomatoes to make amazing ketchup at home. So we've got these products, you've got also tomato paste. You've got whether they're pickles, whether they're the almond milk. replacing cereal with granola. So all of these are, let's say, the second category where we're replacing all artificial staple food with natural foods that we produce 100% pure.
Yeah.
The third category is the new category that we're bringing up, which is our detox drinks. So there will be times when you are either invited somewhere or you really crave that junk food, or you still sometimes consume artificial ingredients. And we created formulas, let's say, but they're actually, very natural recipes, using really homeopathy, like old, knowledge of herbs and vegetables and fruits, to make little the iced teas that help you detox from each of the different artificial ingredients. Something that is for the gut, something that is for the brain and brain fog, something that helps with inflammation. So this is the third category, and this is the new category we're introducing in this exhibition.
I know you told me this is the second year for you at Make It in the Emirates. Let's talk business now. As an SME, you're part of a sector that's challenging, but also a lot of promising growth. What does it mean for you as a local UAE brand SME? How does a platform like Make It in the Emirates support SMEs like PureSoil?
So being in a place this big does two things to you. First of all, it makes you see how small you still are compared to the mega producers out there. So it shows you a dream and shows you it's kind of a path of where you want to be. But the second thing is it gives you this inspiration of what you want to be, and as you're talking to people, you know who are the change makers. You know who do you speak to reach where. You learn from different companies and government, even institutes that you've got here. And then meeting people like you, where you were able to get inspired and spread inspiration is also a big element of a place like this. And the energy is very positive. Coming out of the period of time, that the challenging time that we had, to a place where the energy is extremely positive and everyone is showing optimism is just so beautiful. Very, very refreshing.
All right, last question before we choose something you're gonna try or we're gonna try together. Where do you, like, in the next 3 to 5 years, if you literally had a food magic wand, what would you do to this lovely vintage PureSoil stand that we see? Where do you want to see this stand in 3 or 5 years? I'm not going to say 5 years. Nobody knows anymore.
Actually, I have a 20 years.
20 years?
I have a 20 years.
You're positive.
I'll tell you why. Because 20 years is a nice dream and you don't have to work towards it so fast. But it's a nice dream because it sets the foundation to what you end up doing.
Yes.
And my 20-year plan is to be in every pantry all around the world.
If in 20 years I'm still here, hopefully I will remind you of this.
Inshallah. And I will remind you how we spoke about it and it happened.
If I'm still standing in 20 years. All the best of luck to you in the 5th edition of Make It in the Emirates. I hope to see you next year and even for the years to come. What are we going to try now?
So what would you like? Would you like some granola, or do you want some iced tea?
I put my eye on one of the teas.
Oh, then iced tea it is.
All right, we're going to try a tea. Okay, I'm guilty.
Let's say you feel like you have some gut issues and you need to deal with your inflammation.
Anxiety, anything for anxiety.
Anxiety will do hibiscus.
And stress.
Yeah, this has hibiscus. It has mint, chamomile. I'm forgetting and of course raspberries as well.
Yeah, for the color, I saw that. I was going to say raspberry or I thought it was pomegranate.
No, although we are considering changing the recipe because I did discover that pomegranate is really good for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Well, we're trying our. That's it for us. I'm going to try it and. Oh, I'm going to keep the cup and take the bottle.
There you go.
That's it from us today. That was the founder of PureSoil. Thank you so much for following, and all the best to you, Bodour.
Thank you very much.
This is lovely.